what you're looking at here on your screen, please not adjust your screen. It is Amazon. And Amazon is up. Well, it wasn't up that much in the trading session, but this is the after hours market. So like Tesla other day, which gapped multiple points higher, Amazon is joining Tesla in the overnight gappers club. Let's take this step by step. This is the 5-minute chart of Amazon shares. And if you look at where we are, the scale of the chart tells us nothing. That's because Amazon, in post-earnings, with a post-earnings positive surprise, ended the session near 1875, which is a lot per share, and it's going to be, at this point at least, 2100 per share. So let's take that to an hourly chart, and that's going to make it even worse. We'll show you a 4-hour chart, and there is the equivalency of the daily chart, which takes us back to the middle of 2019 at this 2050 or 2000 high. And all this material, all this chop, all this sideways action is eliminated with this one activity overnight. The same thing happened in Tesla. And we'll take a look at this on a closer perspective here, but this is the 4-hour with overnight sessions included for Tesla shares. Like Amazon, at one point, Tesla had its triangle range or rectangle range in terms of these overbought or support, oversold, and pivot levels. Well, Tesla shares broke out on strong bull volume, and that continued all through, so far, 2020 January. So again, we like to put positions on pullbacks or retracements in a strongly trending stock, but good gracious, Tesla was once, well, a few days ago, really. We'll take us back to a 5-minute chart here to see what happened. Once was about 570, 575, 580, and the overnight session surged the shares towards 660 per share. Now, Thursday session today was a trading range, but nonetheless, the damage had been done to the short side, and the profits, benefits, wins had been given to the bulls or the buyers. In Caterpillar, we have earnings in it as well. And of course, other stocks have reported earnings. We won't focus tonight's video specifically on earnings, but we'll take us back to Amazon and just get a sense of where we might open and what might be in play for the rest of the week. So keep in mind, Amazon is up here. This is not an all-time high because Amazon shares created that high in 2018, and it's just a little bit above that now. Who knows what happens, of course, on Friday session. Maybe we'll pierce through 2050 or 2100. We'll certainly see. This is where spreads come into play or where butterflies. If you went the wrong way with a butterfly, you're limited to what you paid for the spread or paid for the butterfly option position. If you chose to engage with a in-out spread or any type of bull or bear vertical, you might have won big or you might have lost big. But that premium or the risk in your trade is fixed. And this is true with any type of stock, any type of market. When the option positions or vertical spreads do limit your loss in the event that the market gaps 20, 30, 40, 100 points against your position. So that's kind of a victory, or why we discuss spreads so adamantly here at TheoTrade. And other type of risk positions or risk-centric positions with options. That includes calendars and, of course, condors and butterflies and the like. So the S&P, this is our S&P futures. We look at the chart here on the daily time frame here, and on the right, the hourly, which just gives us levels to reference. And it takes this most recent action a little bit clearer and takes it again down to the intraday frame. We have had this overbought, overextended, nonstop rally with a little bit of a Thanksgiving pullback, and that's all she wrote when it comes to pullbacks, unlike most of 2018 or 2019 here, really, when the market pulled back reasonably well. That hasn't happened since about September. So we are on guard for a deeper pullback, hedge positions, in-out spreads, or any type of put, purchase, or protection strategies have been in vogue or in focus or in play. And of course, the bond market, we keep discussing this too, is on this tear, is on this break of the triangle, on a support bounce and uptrend continuation. That should be putting pressure on the equity market joined alongside of it with gold. Gold is similarly doing a bullish breakout, bull flag, and again, bullish type of positioning. So that is where gold trades, and it's just shy of the 1,600 per ounce level. Crude oil came down away from the 63 or 62 per barrel level. That's in line with what we expected or would have liked to have seen potentially for the equity market, given that it was into resistance with bearish type of indications and risk off money flow. Crude oil fell quite sharper and continued or remained within this sideways trading range. So if you are positioning on an intraday short-term or swing basis for crude oil, your pivot is this 52 per barrel level. Notice that there has been 1, 2, 3 what we call V spike reversals or violent reversals. Price will tag the level and just as quickly turn and go the other direction. So we might not be there just yet, but this does allow for some type of spread logic, bull spread, bull call spread, or any type of bullish plays off of 52. And if you were in bearish positions along with the logical or dominant thesis, what we expected to happen for crude, those can be taken off at a profit, and that is into a target zone. For the Nasdaq has been stronger. We've noted that too. Financials were the strongest sector of today's trading activity, but right behind it were the technology sector or technology shares names. Behind that, really, actually utilities. I see that now. Utilities were the second strongest, then followed by staples. Now that's interesting. That sort of flips the script as we go through this. That's not something you want to see if you are a bull. These are the defensive names, staples and utilities. Healthcare is kind of in the middle of those defensive sectors. And again, we saw the bond market do a trend up today and gold as well. Crude and equity markets, at least until mid-session, were in trend days down. So again, technology remains strong and other sector plays are in focus. And this is not, again, something you want to see if you're bullish. You'd rather see the strength, well, it's coming in financials, but focused here, not so much in staples and utilities, but that's a conversation maybe for another video. In today's session, Mondelez, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, that was an earnings play as well, were the strongest stocks in the S&P. Danaher, Bank of New York Mellon, and Eli Lilly. These are strong stocks getting stronger, which is the core strategy that I use in my swing accounts and what I discuss. It's find something strong and expect it to get stronger. Things with relative strength. We've been discussing Southern Company, and even though a lot of people think this is going to fall apart and go to the downside or retrace, and that's what's logical, markets rarely go straight up. They typically wave and swing and retrace. These wave and swings and retraces give us spots to put on bullish positions. These are bull flags or retracements or pullback opportunities. When you get a market this overbought, every day in a row is an up day. You don't want to short it because this can happen. There's a nice reversal candle, and then today was a strong trend day to the upside. There's another nice reversal candle, and of course the next few sessions were bullish. Therefore, we don't want to put a position on directly in front of this bullish activity, but you can't buy into it either. There's no risk control. So we wait for the pullbacks. We might keep these names as we do on watch lists and then note the pullbacks as they occur. You could even set alerts. We'll finish up just quickly by looking at the most recent scan, given the price action today, of the stocks in the S&P 500 that just made new 52-week highs. Amazon is not on this list because that's going to print after hours, but still, we can take a look at the sector behavior. There's industrials, financials, that's strong, information technology, and there are utilities. Again, Southern Company, XL Energy, Duke Energy, and others. Those are things to watch. Logic with this scan, strong stocks getting stronger, stocks making new 52-week highs or joining the S&P at new 52-week highs. These are candidates to get long. So any of these candidates will be up for your review, and however you structure your trades, whatever levels you find important, my recommendation is pick these up on pullbacks, retracements, or flags on the daily chart. And of course, these do become candidates in the intraday frame. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. We'll keep focusing on the markets, on these levels. We'll certainly be watching Amazon, where the shares settle in Friday's session. As always, be careful and be safe. This is Corey Rosenblum with your Theo Nightly Video for January 30th, 2020.